Watching Encanto and the Madrigal family, you realize that it's the family that keeps on giving with its magic. That said, looking at each member's power, we are left to wonder what they would be like if they didn't use their magic to run Casita and the rural community surrounding it. With that in mind, let's take a look at how this family of magic turns to a family of chaos. Bruno Madrigal. Let's start with Bruno the clairvoyant kind-hearted. As much as Bruno had been labeled as the harbinger of doom, those who come to know Bruno would tell you that he's a kind soul. Just look at how welcoming he was to Mirabel, despite being reviled as a troublemaker for many years, animal lover. Although he is labeled as something of an evil figure, that claim is thoroughly disproved by how he treats the animals he comes across. Not only does he take care of the rats living in the walls of Casita, he even takes care of his nephew's pets when he rejoins the family. Loyal. Despite all the bad things that his family and his community had to say about him, Bruno also proved to still be loyal to them. That is why he was able to reconcile with Alma in the end. Everyone seems to be scared of Bruno. Just wait until they meet Bruno the Black, the cold-hearted psychopath. Cold-hearted. The heartless Bruno the Black is not one to mess with. He relishes the evil visions that he sees and does all he can to bring them to fruition. Merciless, many dare not come close to Bruno the Black. Even animals, if they could speak, would tell you of how dangerous he is to them. There have even been rumors that he gains satisfaction in mutilating these poor creatures. Treacherous. Finally, Bruno the Black would never have forgiven his family for ostracizing him. If anything, he would hope to bring any vision that spells their doom to life. What a scary man, Louisa Madrigal. Next up, we look at Louisa, strong and hardworking. Known for her massive muscles, Louisa is a strong woman who literally carries the weight of the physical tasks that need to be taken care of in Casita and all over town. Who's Superman when we have Louisa reliable? As much as she confessed that she'd love a break from time to time, Louisa is able to see past her own personal needs so that she can help with the heavy work needed in Casita. Gentle and kind. Finally, everyone can see that despite being such a huge and imposing figure, Louisa is actually a gentle soul. Quiet and demure, she is happier around her stuffed animals. We all love Louisa, right? Well, we're not sure that we can say the same for Lucrezia, her chaotic counterpart, lazy. As you can imagine, Lucrezia's superhuman strength doesn't mean that she's going to use it to help the people around town. She figures they might as well go to the gym to get stronger, unreliable. As you can imagine, this means that she cannot be relied on to do the heavy lifting all over town. If it's not her problem, don't bother her. Brutal. If anything, she'd rather use her strength to brutally dominate the other people living around her. As you can imagine, nobody wants to be around this aggressive force, Julieta Madrigal. Next up, we turn to Julieta, the healer of the Madrigal clan nurturer. We're not sure that we can find a more nurturing character in the Disney universe. Warm and kind, her food literally brings you back to top health. It doesn't get more nurturing than that. Affectionate. As one of the mother figures of the clan, Julieta is very caring to all the members of her family, especially the younger ones. She also shows her maternal nature to the entire town as a whole. Supportive. Finally, we're also not sure if there is a more supportive character in the entire clan. Julieta is always on hand to support all the members of the family, especially those that may be doubting themselves. Always there to give a warm hug and a ton of kisses to those who need it, Julieta is capable of healing everyone in more ways than one. Thank goodness the Madrigal family don't have to deal with Julieta the Cruel, abusive. Julieta the Cruel is not one to take from others. Do not fall under her grasp. You're more likely to succumb to your ailment instead of getting better. Cold. As you can imagine, Julieta the Cruel is also aloof to the needs of those around her. There just isn't any point going to her if you need a maternal figure in your life. Hostile, she's also more likely to bring you down with her attitude. There are no hugs and kisses with Julieta the Cruel. All you get is scowls that would send you running out of this magical town. Peppa Madrigal. Let's look at one of Julieta's daughters, Pertinent. We all know that Isabella can be as volatile as the weather that she controls, but we also know that she does all she can to make up for this bad temper. That said, it says a lot about her that she's always ready to make up for the problems she causes when she loses it. She loves kids. An interesting fact about Peppa is that her volatile temper didn't curb her maternal nature. Just like the mother figures in her family, she has a soft spot for all the children in the family, be it her own kids or one of her nephews and nieces, caring and forgiving. Despite this volatile nature, we also know that Peppa is forgiving. After all, she was one of the first to forgive Alma when the abuela asked her family for forgiveness. Thankfully, she didn't rain on this parade. Meet Peppa Tempestad, the volatile auntie you don't want to enrage. Volatile. Much unlike Peppa, Peppa Tempestad does not want to reel her temper in, and she doesn't care who she hurts. Once she's mad, it's all over for everyone around her. Apathetic to children. To be honest, we are not sure that she even notices anyone aside from herself. All she wants to be is a brewing storm that will blow everyone away when she's crossed. Unforgiving. Well, as a walking hurricane, Peppa Tempestad will rain hail and thunder on those who make her mad. With Peppa Tempestad, there's always a storm brewing. Isabella Madrigal. Next up, we have Isabella, the golden child of the Madrigal family golden girl. Gentle, demure, and able to generate plants and flowers at will, it's no wonder that Abuela Alma took a shine to this beautiful girl. Caring. Considering how she has the ability to create enchanted flowers and plants by will, it makes sense that she is a caring individual. It isn't only her plants that feel her love. All her family members know that she loves and cares for them too. Good spirit. Although she seems more subdued than most, she has shown to be one that is of good spirits, especially when she is out of reach of Alma's criticism. People may think that Isabella is the perfect golden child, but they'd appreciate her more when they come across Isabella Nightshade, the prickly and poisonous brat. Isabella Nightshade is not above using her status as the golden child to dominate others in the family. We all know how brats work, and Isabella Nightshade is the biggest brat of them all. Cruel. Aside from being a brat, Isabella Nightshade is also a cruel little princess who uses the plants to poison those all around her malevolent. Finally, we can imagine that this cruel streak makes her one mean-spirited person. Mirabelle and Peppa would do well to stay clear of the malevolent Isabella Nightshade, Alma Madrigal. As the matriarch of the Madrigal clan, Abuela Alma has a lot of power dedicated to her family. Although she may come across as harsh to her family members, especially when it comes to what she expects from them, there is no doubt that Alma is dedicated to her family. Following the development of their powers, she always wanted them to be the best they could be, resolute. Sure, Abuela can be fearful of losing everything her family had made while in Casita, but considering how she got there in the first place, she has shown a lot of mental strength and reserve over the decades. This made sure that Casita grew to what it is today, forgiving. Finally, although it took some time and convincing to get around it, she was ready to make up with the members of her family that she didn't see eye to eye with in the past. That is why she was eventually able to make peace with her son Bruno and the daughters and granddaughters she didn't get along with in the past. As difficult as Alma could be, she is nowhere near as hard to deal with as her chaotic counterpart. Abuela Almageddon only cares about herself. The first thing that we've noticed about Alma Almageddon is that she only cares for herself. She would have used the candle to only develop magic powers for herself. Her family members be damned irresolute. Almagedon would also struggle to show the same level of resolve that Alma had. As such, there is every chance that Casita won't be what it is today if the shaky Almageddon was in charge of the Madrigal brood. Resentful. Finally, Abuela Almageddon is definitely one to hold a grudge. She definitely won't have made up with Bruno, even if she was in the wrong. As crazy as it may seem, we're way better off with Abuela Alma in charge of the Madrigal clan. What a ride! 6 chaotic members of the Madrigal family. Who do you think is the most chaotic member of this family? Let me know in the comments. If you had fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow Disney fans. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep dreaming, stay creative.